Hello and happy March 1st. Today is episode number 426. Because it's the first day of the month, we will be doing March-themed trivia. This will be 20 questions about the month of March and about events that have happened in the month of March. There will be a question 21 tiebreaker at the very end of the video if you are in need of that. If not, good luck on the rest of today's quiz. Question number 1. Having long been a symbol of youth, health, and hope, what is the birthstone for the month of March, whose mesmerizing colors range from pale blue to deep blue and are reminiscent of the sea? The answer is aquamarine. Question number 2. The Roman calendar originally began in March, and the months of January and February were added later, after a calendar reform. What Roman god of war was the month named after? This one should be pretty easy. The answer is Mars. Question number 3. What is the name for the frenzy surrounding college basketball during this month when the regular season is ending and the championship tournaments are beginning? One of the best times of the year, March Madness. Question number 4. Prince Cuyo Day is an official holiday in what U.S. state that is celebrated annually on March 26 to mark the birth of the prince? Prince Cuyo Day is celebrated in Hawaii. Question number 5. If you were born between March 1st and March 20th, what zodiac sign would you be represented by? The answer is the Pisces. Question number 6. You're probably more familiar with the term due to William Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar, but what term was used to refer to March 15th, the day the Romans considered as the deadline for settling debts? The answer is the Ides of March. Question number 7. What is the specific name of the event that happens on March 19th, 20th, or 21st every year that marks the beginning of spring in the Northern Hemisphere? Specific name for it. That event is called the vernal equinox. Question number 8. Perhaps one of the best known sayings about the month of March is, March comes in like a lion and out like a what type of animal? It goes out like a lamb. Question number 9. St. Patrick's Day, or the Feast of St. Patrick, is a cultural and religious celebration held on what day in March? The traditional death day of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland. The answer is March 17. Question number 10. The official flower of the month of March is the narcissus. These flowers are named after the character in Greek mythology who was so in love with himself he drowned in a pool of water whilst admiring his own reflection. What is the more common name for these flowers? The narcissus is more commonly known as the daffodil. Question 11. On March 7th, 1876, what was the name of the 29-year-old who was granted a patent for a revolutionary new invention, the telephone? The answer is Alexander Graham Bell. Question number 12. On March 6, 1836, the 13-day siege of what mission in Texas ended with the capture of the fort and the death of the defendants, including frontiersman Davy Crockett? That mission was the Alamo. Question number 13. Only 74 days after its theatrical release, what movie became the first movie to gross over $1 billion in box office sales worldwide on March 1st, 1998? It came out around Christmas of '97. That movie is The Titanic. Question 14. The Boston Massacre was a confrontation on March 5, 1770, in which British soldiers shot and killed several people in Boston, Massachusetts. What was the name of the freed slave who is known as the first casualty of the American Revolutionary War? His name was Crispus Attucks. Question 15. If you were born between March 21st and March 31st, what zodiac sign would you be represented by? The answer is Aries. Question number 16. The word is the diminutive form of the old folk name for March and thus literally means Little March. What is the name for the celebration at the beginning of spring on March the 1st in Romania, Moldova, and all the territories inhabited by Romanians? The answer is Martisor. Question 17. On March 18, 1944, which infamous volcano erupted near Naples, Italy, that caused 26 deaths and the evacuation of thousands from their homes? The answer is Mount Vesuvius. Question 18. Construction began on what church, designed by Spanish architect Antoni Gaudí in Barcelona, Spain on March 19, 1882, that is still under construction today? The answer is La Sagrada Familia. Question 19. What team defeated Ohio State University 46-33 on March 27, 1939 to win the first ever NCAA men's basketball tournament? The answer is the University of Oregon. Question 20. The construction of what structure was completed on March 31, 1889, in time to be one of the main attractions at the Paris World's Fair later that year? The answer is the Eiffel Tower. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road Trivia. Tomorrow will be a Brainy Tuesday, and the day after that we will do March birthdays. We got separated by Tuesday, so normally birthdays is on the 2nd, but this month it will be on the 3rd. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker. On March 21, 1963, what federal prison, nicknamed The Rock, was closed after 29 years because the institution was too expensive to continue operating? The Rock was the nickname of Alcatraz Federal Prison. Thank you for watching. Check back tomorrow and have a good night tonight.